Life is a journey and it's made up of experiences. Some are good, some bad, some happy, some sad. We may all be different, but we are connected to the fact that no matter who we are, our stories all have hills and valleys. And so tonight we dedicate this episode to those on the continuous rocky road to self-discovery. Welcome to Sim Soul Sessions. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our show. Tonight in our safe space, we're talking to the mother of a superstar. She calls herself the Koffee Maker, but Joanne Williams is so much more than that. And she has been traveling a bumpy road brewed with lots of pain and hurt, yet in the true spirit of persistence, she plods on. First, we're going to check in with one of our previous guests from season 2, Elaine Lawton, international singer, superstar, broadcaster, and so much more, checks in with us this week to catch us up on how she's been since she last sat in this safe space. So, Lainey, come over.
Hey,
Roger, how are you?
Roger, over and in.
I guess I have to know, Ox, how you are. How are you doing, my sweet?
I'm glad to talk to you, my sister. It is beautiful to see you.
Yeah. The truth is we've been talking a lot in the last couple of weeks, eh? And
Yes,
you have been a great source of strength and encouragement for me, and I just wanted to tell you thank you. I appreciate it very much. Remember when you were sitting in here on the set with us and you were talking through some of your own issues and your own struggles, self-doubt and validation and all the rest of it. First, tell us how you felt after the episode, and then let's talk a little bit about how the journey has continued since we last spoke.
Wow, that episode was an injection of love. That episode was like the best therapy session that I never knew I needed. I just felt so embraced by your beautiful spirit, as well as the spirit of those who spoke for me and to me and encouraged me and just really affirmed me. And it was just beautiful. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Were people surprised by what you were saying?
Some people that know me know, because, me talk to my people them, I have, my network, me talk to my family them, and not only blood, because some of the closest people to me in my life don't share the same blood with me, but, my circle knows my story. Some people didn't know, and some people were inspired by it. I got a lot of direct messages from people who said that they wanted to hear about what doctor I went to deal with my eustachian tube dysfunction, because they were experiencing that, and if I could get through it, then they could get through it too, that kind of thing. So it really was a sharing experience, and the more people share is the more that we all realize that we are all the same. We have different hills and valleys, as you mentioned before, to traverse, but there's so much that we have in common, and the more we share, the more we'll heal together. So thank you again for that.
It's a you or me situation, right? That's what your song says, right?
Absolutely, sis.
And then after that, Lainey, we did something on Valentine's Day, right?
We did. We spoke about the single woman's stealing that. Oh my God, why me can't get a man? What do me? Me look good, me smell good, me a good ass, and still me don't have no baby. And so we spoke about, that feeling, as well as, the frustration that comes with all the expectations of what a woman should have by a certain age, and the fact that by and large, a lot of people define women by whether or not they have a mate, and dealing with all of the resultant emotions that come with having failed relationships, and just really reminding yourself of how enough of an entity you are on your own before you step out into seeking that partner again So yeah, that was also very medicinal for me.
Lots of openness about loneliness, which is something that actually I'm going to talk to today's guest about as well. And, you know, just being in a space where companionship and that kind of, as you said on the live that we did, having your person, that kind of joy that brings for you. But in all of it, Lainey, you talk about this wholeness that you need to have. How do you keep that sense of self amid all the things that you continue to work through, because we are all a work in progress, right? So how do you stay true to you and keep your wholeness about you, even though sometimes you feel like a little part missing?
Whole heap of part and whole heap of time I feel missing. It's it's a daily journey. It's like a second by second journey. Sometimes I feel super empowered, and other times no power, no dead. JPS lock off the light,
Proper.
and I just have to come on,
Triangle.
total darkness. Hello, but it's just constantly having that inner dialogue going with myself. Reminding myself, first of all, knowing who I am in Christ Jesus. Like, I'll not leave out my Lord and my Savior. And knowing the things He said about me, knowing how loved I am, knowing how important I am, the kind of sacrifice that was made for me on the cross just means to me that I am worth it, and all of the issues that I hold in front of myself as condemnatory issues or thinking of what's wrong with me are cancelled by the cross. And so I think about that. I think on these things. I think on things that are lovely. When I feel the thoughts of doubt and defeat enter my mind, I cancel them. I say, no, I am victorious. Yes, I'm going through a journey now. Yes, I'm going through a valley now, but I'm already victorious. Even as I am walking through this valley, I am already victorious. I don't feel it, but I claim it. And I apply that to everything in my life. Loneliness, feelings of wanting more. There are certain things that I thought I would be, or places that I thought I would be at now that I am not there. I still declare my victory over them and live in expectancy for healing and for the manifestation of these things, because I stand on the word of God, and it is powerful and it is true, and it is a victory rock.
I hear you, girl. Well, another session, another sermon, because you gave us one the last time, and that's another word. And we thank you for it. Our love to you, our love to Mommy. Everybody go watch Mommy and Elaine in their Mama and Me YouTube channel, which is just full of love and light and just joy. Elaine, your spirit, as always, joyful and just spreading love and spreading hope. And we thank you for that. God bless you, lady.
God bless you. I love you. God bless you. Thanks for having me again, Sim.
Good to have you. Good to have you. All right, guys. Tell you our Simsoul Session guests are not guests. They're family. We built a village, and we keep in touch so we can know everybody's plodding on their journey. All right. And when we come back, we're going to meet tonight's guest. I'm going to introduce her to you. Her name is Joanne Williams, and we'll get into her story on the other side of this break. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Our guest tonight is Joanne Williams, psychiatric nursing aide. She's an actress, and I'm going to leave it for last that she's Koffee's mom. And I left that part for last because that's not what we're focusing on tonight, because we're not defining her by that title. Yeah, she has a superstar daughter, but she's a person in her own right. And as so often is the case, Joe, I'm sure people like to lump you as that and kind of leave you at that.
Oh, yes.
We're not doing that, because we are very interested in hearing your story tonight, which is one of continuous self-discovery. So thank you for being here.
I thank you
with
for
us,
having me.
first of all.
Thank you.
You reached out to us after 2 programs, one after Giovanni Dennis's program, and then after the program I think I did with, or about, not with, but about my mom and her passing. And you said to me, I see a lot of you in me. I see a lot of us in each other. Mm-hmm. And I was very curious about that, because we know each other from...
Way back.
Don't say way. Just
Sorry.
Before.
Yes, before. Mm-hmm.
Before.
Yeah.
Way back. From JVC days. And I was curious to hear what you meant by that.
Resilience. Just strong women. for some reason, from the first time I met you, when we were meeting in studio, with Sharonda time, yes. From that first time I met you, I just felt a connection with the spirit that wherever I saw, I don't know if you remember all the times that I would saw, which is not a lot, not a lot, but I would see on the road, and once I see you in the vehicle, I'd be like, and you always toot your horn, and it's like we know each other, like we used to go to high school.
No, it's true. It's true.
And I don't know, I just feel something that is just a connection, that is just strong.
But you said to me, it is clear to me that you have battled.
Yes.
And you have battled well, and you're resilient. And so that opened up me asking you, well, then clearly you have battled too. So your life has been a series of, I want to say ups and downs. No, you're unaware. Miguel, you're on a up or on a down now?
I'm on a up, you know.
You're on a up now?
God is my guide, and
Yeah.
I'm on an up with God as my guide.
Yeah.
I'm stronger.
Yeah.
Much stronger.
But Joe, you've been through it, girl.
Oh, yeah.
From you were 6, you've been going through it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell your story. It's your story to tell. 6 years old when kids should be playing with Dolly and running around in the yard.
Well, I was. But then at the same time, I was, I had an experience of molestation, a female. So my grandmother used to leave me at this particular person's house, and she had a niece there. I remember that I remember her age vaguely, just vaguely, and this is because when I was in grade 1 and I started going to Harborview Primary, I would go with her as my senior, like a big sister. So she was in like grade 9. So she would be about 15, 16 thereabouts. And that was my first experience.
At
At 6
6?
years old. 6. I was 6. I remember because I was in grade 1. I remember.
And I just want to tell folks that this part of the show can be heavy because that was one time, but it wasn't the last time.
It wasn't the only.
And you went on, even in your teenage years and later on, to be raped twice.
3 times.
3 times.
And not to mention the attempts.
Okay, so you were raised here with your grandma and with your
And
uncle.
my maternal uncle. My maternal grandmother, my maternal uncle.
Yeah.
My mother's brother.
Mommy was in the States.
Yeah, man. I was a barrel picnic.
You were a barrel picnic.
Yeah. She left when I was 13 months old to make better for us. She did it with all good intentions. And so she wasn't aware of a lot of what was happening with me. With most of what was happening, because I actually didn't have a relationship with her. And what we have now, thank God for it, didn't get cemented until I was about 24. And it was when I moved out of her house and went far away. It just dawned on me one day. I remember calling her. I was in the cold, and I just went and called her and just said, I miss you, and I need you.
Did not.
And that was it. That was it. We never knew. You see, I was carrying this belly for her because she go and leave me. And then when I saw her again, I knew that she had one child, but then I saw her with another child, and I wasn't aware of that one. And then when she would pamper them and pet them, I never liked them. Because them I get all the love what me never get. And who them? Then I was first. And I was so resentful for so long.
And Dad?
Dad was... he's probably going to be up. He always disputes when I say this. But my truth is, I used to say, Dad, and he meant well. When he came and saw me, I remember most of the times, it was happy. I'd see him like once or twice a year. I don't know if it was every year. But I remember specific times. I remember when I was about 8 or 9, that time, I went to Duns River Falls, I went to Chinese restaurants, seafood restaurants. I mean, the poshest restaurants is where he would take me with not just me, it's a family thing, And, because he'd have some girl or another, yeah. And so I remember those, and I was exposed to the nicest restaurants from way early. But I remember him telling me from that time, you should go into drama. And he would tell me things like, your foot look good in high heel shoes. Because I remember my then stepmother gave me a pair of wedge heel black. I'd never forget. Yeah. As a wrap around my ankle. And he said, but watch she stand up in it now? Like she work in a bank, like she do it a long time. Because, back in the day, a bank and bankers and them people wear high heel shoes and walk up and down, So yes, he always told me that. I remember those things. But we're brethren now.
There was at one point when you went to live with him.
Yeah.
When you were being kind of
passed around.
Passed around.
I was 19, and I was already the mother of one child. I got pregnant at 16, had baby 17, my first. So he took me, and he took me to my mother's house, and he filed for me and took me to my mother's house. When he took me to my mother's house, we couldn't get along. It was like oil and water.
You and your mother?
No, we couldn't say eye to eye. You know, she being the mother, I'm here, I'm not working anywhere, and so I should be really taking care of the baby that I don't like. And me just couldn't situate. So every chance me get, me go left for me one and fear two. I'm gone. Because I was, like I said, I was very resentful.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything past that.
Yeah.
And then, so I have this baby, and I wouldn't take him with me. Most times I leave him because there are kids there and he's their company. So I leave him and gone.
The way you were raised, no doubt affected your own relationships.
Oh, yeah.
You had how many kids in total?
5.
5 children. With how many men?
5.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. You've been married how many times?
4.
Okay, all right. No, she's going to talk all about it.
Yeah.
And what she has learned and what happened when she found the absolute true love
Yeah.
of her life. We're going to talk more with Joe, the coffee maker, right after this break. So go. All right, we're back with Joanne Williams talking through her journey that she's still on of self-discovery. At one point, you told me you were lost. You were
Yeah,
lost. We're going to
yeah.
get to the last part, but let's talk about how the way you were raised affected how you found love or what you thought was love.
Yeah.
The first time you got married because
My dear, the married boss was leaving me.
yeah.
Yeah, all my friends, well, not all the persons that I was, because you know what, when I look back, I really didn't have a lot of real friends. I really did not have a lot of real friends. And the few friends that I had then are still my friends now, from primary, most of them. Some of them I found to be not so real. And you know, you let them go along the way,
Have to.
you know, but you just say hi and, you know, keep it like that and move along. But I... Yes, sir. I remember hearing that a lot of my friends had gotten married. And what hit me most was one guy that I used to go with. I heard that he got married too. And I was like, so what happened to me? Me was married too. So that was the January of about 1988, sorry. I met somebody around about then. And by March 21st, my mother's birthday, I just get married. I call my mother the night before I get married and say, Mama, may I get married tomorrow? I'm going to name Johnson. Because my father, I think, can say the same thing. And they were like, I could hear them on the phone. I could see them on the phone. And I said, all right, tomorrow. Moving right along.
And that marriage lasted all of 6 long weeks.
6 long weeks.
Wow,
Can I tell?
wow, Joe. 6
said it
weeks.
right.
Yeah,
Sim,
yeah.
the young man wouldn't go and work. He felt himself too handsome and cute to work. I realized after that he was like a gigolo of sorts. But I was only 2 years older than he was. And I don't know what his story was, but he wouldn't go look work. A man in time, when winter time, him draw a coven. I mean, out there, a beat street, I look work.
Yeah,
When
come
I come in,
you were in foreign.
yes, man. When I come in, I'm supposed to do wife duties and have sex. And every day is about sex. And I was like, I don't think so. No, you're my wife. That was one attempted rape we never got through. I fight. And that was it. I had to call the police to get him out of the house. He wouldn't come out. Him
So that
fight me.
That was one failed marriage.
One failed.
Then
That was the first failed.
Yeah. You went 2.
So the second one was my forever love.
Right.
That was
Rowan.
Rowan. And boy, he was who made me realize how lost I was. I was looking for love. So once you tell me that you like me or show me any form of affection, you know, when I was younger, I was so misled, you know. And because of that, promiscuity was a part of my life. I remember so much so that persons would just blatantly just tell lies, just say, She there with him, you know. If I'm stand up and talk to somebody, me there with them, and it will be stinking in the area and the community that me there with him, and me there with him too. And me there with him too. And that was how it was. And I was like, there was a time when I left that community and I was afraid to go back in there because I was so ashamed of what they said because it wasn't true, but people would point. People weren't afraid to say, ah, she, you say she? And I was ashamed. I was so ashamed. And Rowan, when I was about to get married to him, I told him what my fear was. I could tell him everything, and I did just that. And anything. He was my brethren. And when I told him, he said, what you say? Come on, we'll go out there now. We'll go out there. And I didn't say another word. I went out there. On the way, he just said to me, you was a picnic them time there, you know. And people don't know where you go through, you know. You're my woman now, you're my wife now. Me dear somebody if say something to you now about anything, but it go on them time because they must see I do not know. People grow and people pass stages in life. I couldn't get past there.
He taught you love.
Yes.
He taught
showed
you
me
sense
love.
of. He showed you love.
He taught me a sense of self-esteem.
Yeah.
Every relationship that I had prior to then, I fight my way out of, baby or not, I fight my way out of. Them always find reason to put them on me. And years after when we were having a conversation, I'd say, why hit me your mouth? You couldn't talk? You're not supposed. I've never been one to be rude. You know, people will say, oh, God this and God that. I don't do that.
But you're vocal. Stand up for yourself.
Yes, and I will say smart words, but I will not tell you rude things. I don't do that. And so they'd find the need to slap me just the same or, you know, just fight. And I was just tired of it. I remember right before I met Rowan, I had resignedly accepted the fact that, okay, this relationship, right before Rowan, my third child, all right, so I look like I might fate this. Every man I got just lick me, so. All right, I just muscle up and deal with it. Then came Rowan. Yeah.
And what happened to Rowan, Joe?
Rowan died in a car accident in 1994, February 11th, on Mountain View Avenue, right below Excelsior, right across from the Vineyard Town turning. He died. And when he died, I died too. My world just crumbled beneath me. I was going in a circle that I couldn't find. There was no end. There was no breakthrough for me to say, okay, I can come out right. It's like I started going backwards. I started looking for him in a man who would show me affection again. I was like, and people couldn't understand. People never understood. They just stayed on the side and just passed remark and cast assertions. And that was it with that. I know it took some doing for me to come back. I've lost persons that I thought were friends, persons who, you know, look at me with disdain because, oh, you were Mrs. White, and that's a name I still wear with pride. When somebody called me that, it brightens my day totally. My face is lit. So nobody seemed to understand that I was going through something for me to be behaving that way. I was grieving for a very long time, for one. And when I got out of the grief, I just jumped right into the marriage with Michaela's father. Because I was like, okay, thank God, I can live again. So I thought then that I needed somebody in my life to live.
You said you were searching for Rowan for a long time after that.
Yeah, in the relationship with Michaela's father. As with everybody, every person that I've been with since, I talk about Rowan. Rowan has to be a part of the conversation because he's a big part of my life. Memory, we're never going to have a child from that. So I remember not saying a holy, but then maybe saying more than I thought I did. And it affected him and I didn't realize this. But every time we had a disagreement, he would say something like, you know what happened to you? Rowan spoil you. And that happened to you. Rowan. And I'm like, and I remember one day snapping and I said to him, why you keep on calling the man name, brother? You know him? You never know him. He never know you. You can't walk in the man's shoes. You wear size 7 and you wear 9. So you have to squeeze your foot. Brother, stop calling the man name. He said I disrespected him when I did that. So those things would warrant me getting a thump or a boxer. And, yeah.
Wow. So you meet the love of your life and you lose the love of your life.
After 4 years of friendship and 2 years and 9 months of marriage. 2 years and 9 months.
Where do you really go from there? We're going to talk more with Joe. on the other side about what has kept her and held her together after so much hardship and heartbreak. We'll be right back with more. We're back with you, everybody, and back with Joanne, who's I tell you, I forgot to write a book one day, but you have heard that several times. Talking about Rowan, and I was just saying to you in the break that, you know, if you keep trying to find Rowan, you'll never find Rowan in any of your relationships. But you said you've let that go.
I have. He has taught me qualities that I should look for in a man, and I maintain those. I keep those qualities, but I no longer. Since after when I got into the fourth marriage is when I dropped guard. I decided, okay, I'm going to love this man for who he is. There was a 14-year age difference, but he convinced me. He was so convincing. I'm a virgin today, and I'm a virgin today, but at the time, you know, he felt that he was who I needed, and I felt, okay, let's do this, you know, and we did it, and it just didn't go anywhere. Just didn't go anywhere. Just didn't go anywhere. But I did. But I did not. I wasn't looking for him, for Rowan in him anymore. I don't think he would have said if he. Well, I can't remember him saying that I would beat him with Rowan. I really don't remember him saying that. So I really think that I let go. I think I did.
You said something to me when we spoke, Joe, that struck me. You said you think that God took Rowan from you to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Do you really believe what you said?
Sometimes I do. I love God. I believe in Him. I'm an ardent Seventh-day Adventist. I grew up in that faith, and I got rebaptized in 2009. I must say that. And I fall and drop. I drop and fall down. I drop and fall down and chip up every day. But I hold on to Him with all my might. And I believe, though, that there was a time when I got involved with an ex of mine, years before Ron, you know. He got married, and I would be at his house. His wife leave him house 8 o'clock. Me reached at 8:10. And I did that for maybe 2 weeks or so of my time. I was in Jamaica at the time. I was back and forth at the time, so I was here. And I was brazen with it. And my justification, we there with him before they married. I mean, what? And everybody else went right along with me because when you love, you know, when you love, and you have people who love you, they will go along with you. But I'm a tough head, you know. And people will, my friends, my true friends and family who know me will say to me and say to you and anybody, when you see Joanna go in a fire, especially if you love, leave her, you know. If you tell her if you not go in there, she'll go run fast and go in there. So just leave her. Make sure go in there, go get burned, and then she will come back and tell you say you did right. So if you even whisper it, not say it loud. So I did that. I didn't realize. I knew it was wrong. But fast forward to when Rowan died, and I did a lot of soul searching and wondered to myself. I remember my aunt telling me the day he died, the Friday night, between 11:30 and 12, I'm told. And at 11:30, this was Friday night. Friday night was, Monday was going to be Valentine's Day. And I packaged his little gift. I packaged his card. And so he was going to get his card and his one of our love verses and thing. Because we're still in love, you know, man. We're still in our honeymoon period. And last time we spoke, he said to me, baby, I come back home. I don't matter when you wait for it. I was to stay, I go over there and work and come back. And he said, I come home, I don't want you to stay in that time. If I want banana, I could go and eat the one banana till we can. I need you back here. And I think that was taking a toll on him as well, because after he died, I found out that he was promiscuous. He was having extramarital affairs. But yeah, I think that was what it was, because while I was here, I really honestly don't think, maybe he did, but I had no reason to believe that he had any while I was here, because he would always come home. I never missed him for a minute. So if he did, he was good. When I tell you, he would have good. So I remember, brain gone leave me for a minute. Where was I?
You're thinking that it was because of
my actions. So I remember my aunt called me the day. So I got the word, like between 4:30 and 5, I got the call. And February 11th, the morning of February 11th, and the world mash up. And my aunt called me. I called her and told her, and about midday she called me back and she said, Joe, Aunt Carol, she said, Joe, I'm going to say something to you. You might not want to hear it now. It might not mean anything to you now, as it might make you feel funny, but I'm saying it from my heart. You're one of my very favorite nieces. And I want to think that God gave you Rowan because you thought Rowan was the best. Maybe God was preparing you for the best by giving you Rowan, which is the better. I never forgot that. I never forgot that. That hit. And I was like, but how? It took a while, though, for it to hit. It passed over my head then, but I never forgot that she said that. Fast forward now to me doing some more soul searching and thinking, but wow, Rowan was coming. Okay, so dead men tell no tales, but I confirmed this after, years after. He was going out, he was having relations with a female, and he came home, the trip that he made that night, he borrowed his brother's car, His brother used to work at a company that shall remain unnamed. He borrowed his brother's car, took the key, and when his brother, see, me say, I have the key, may I drive this tonight, and he drop over the brother at Portmore. Him come a Spanish Town at our house, drop off the grocery. I wasn't there, I was away. Drop off the grocery, drop him brother-in-law down in the park, and I head back to East. We go pick up she if he come back our yard. And that's what had me go there. I said, but this boy never had a behave. He never had a behave. Years later, there was this woman that was at the funeral. Before the funeral, every time I see her, my spirit just goes super cross. Me just livid. And I can't tell why. And every time I say, that woman here, all his friends were so loyal to him, his workers. They would say, no man, not like that. And I say, brother, me feel say, and nobody would. Years later, one of the family members confirmed, he shall remain nameless as well because they might have want to bash him because of that. And he said to me, look here, I'm going to tell you something I never tell you before. 3 years later, yes, he made a go for that girl there. And she used to over here. When he used to bring her over here in daylight, he don't want the neighbor them see. Say him have somebody else over here and it's not you. He left for another house at daytime till him come back. By this, I was getting into the relationship with Michaela's father, so I was a little stronger. I really wasn't as weak because when he died, my nerves were shattered. Yeah. I almost had a nervous breakdown. And that's what I thought.
Why would you think that God would be punishing?
Because I'm thinking that is why. I think that's what he was doing. I think he was playing Dolly House. And I think that is what caught up with him. And somebody else said something to me again. My mother said to me, maybe God saw something that you and him couldn't do together, and he saw it fit to take one of you, and he saw it fit to take him. Because both of you couldn't get it together. So, God alone. You can tell me that.
Alone.
Yeah, what went on there.
So you got rebaptized in 09.
09, yeah.
You say everything is a struggle. You talk about Michaela and your other kids.
Yeah.
As an ardent Seventh-day Adventist, and having a daughter who is a secular superstar.
Yes, who was raised in that same church.
Who was raised in that same church.
Yes.
What has that been like?
I must be honest, Sim, and I have to tell you that for the most part, I get love. I just get love and prayers. Every time I turn around, everywhere you go, church and otherwise, you're going to find people who are not so genuine. We just say something because they must say something. But for the most part, I get prayers. People tell me, how is my little girl? And it warms my heart when they do that. So if it's not real, then God knows. But it warms my heart when they say, how is the young one? Tell her I'm still praying for you and I know she will come back one day. And I said, thank you. Let us continue to pray.
Are you okay with her career as it is?
I am. I wish she would do gospel some. She knows this. But I don't make it a big deal. I just keep praying. I keep praying. I don't try to do anything to dampen her. Because, like I was telling a lot of people don't know that she's living my dream. She's living my dream, literally. She's living my dream.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah. I used to go to the part that, my first son, father, I used to carry him to go to a party up at Augustone, go sing over a song.
Oh, I said, Joe.
Yes, girl.
I didn't know that.
I used to ride with him with tune. I need to bake a tune.
Is
Yeah,
it?
right. What you say? I New York, I ride rhythm.
Well, from we hear your voice, I know there's a singer in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and so when you sit to talk to me about this now, do you get concerned about what it's going to mean for her? Do you think you have to know what your speech and everything you do just said, nobody says coffee mother this and coffee mother that?
Yeah, some kind of way. I try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I have to put a lid on it.
Yes.
Because my mouth have no filter.
No, you don't say.
Yeah. And my daughter tells me sometimes, Mommy, you need to think before you say some things. She is like my parent now, in a great many ways.
I know.
And so when she does this, she would say to me, Mommy, you raised me to be this way. Come on, pull yourself together.
She's a smart girl.
Yes.
Smart girl.
I'm so thankful for her. But
yes.
yeah, man.
Yes.
I used to do that. And I really didn't pursue that career anymore and I went into drama more because of the fact that I remember going to a particular studio in a particular area in Kingston, and a particular group, a member from a group said to me, oh, you know somebody named Seffi sing a song, and I sing. I never forget I sing Killing Me Softly by Roberta Flack. And he said, what? You know somebody no? You know, if me had a deal, you could have reached for, so that's what I done, right? Because the man could have been my grandfather.
No, not again. Oh, my gosh.
This was when I was 15.
Whew. Wow. Let's take a break from this part and go to some positivity. Joe.
Yes.
Some people, your village, in your life, wanted us to share something with you. So let's have a look.
Baby, I just want to say how proud I am. Extremely proud of you. You did it. Yes, I knew all along that you could, and you did. Love you loads. Love you so much.
I'm so proud of you, my darling. I wish you the best in everything you do. May God continue to bless you and keep you. And congratulations on all that you have done and still doing. Just keep doing the things that God wants you to do and be blessed. Love from all of us, and we pray that you will continue to do the right thing. And congratulations to you in all of your accomplishment. God bless and keep you.
I'm here to tell you, my dear, that I love you with all my heart, and I love you more than anything in this world. I just want to let you know, maybe I don't tell you enough, but I love you. You've been a wonderful daughter, a blessed sister, a fantastic mother, a good friend to so many, and you have encouraged and uplifted so many people that the Lord is blessing you in that way. Continue to be who you are, and I'm so proud of you, of all your achievements, and nothing that you can put your hand to that the Lord will not bless. You continue to do things for others, love yourself, love your children, and God bless you.
To the woman who has raised me and has taught me everything that I know, given me all the qualities that I have now, especially the positive ones. She has given me the foundation that I have in my life, and teaches me humility, teaches me love, and just, I think, set me up the right way in the world as a good mother. So I'd love to big up my mom right now.
Hey Joanne, you're like a flower in my garden. Beautiful, rare, nourishing, and lucky to have. May the Lord continue to bless you always. Love you, girl. Mwah.
And still she rise, facing life head on against all odds. This strong sis, JoJo, I am so proud of you, girl. You have done so much with so little, always with a smiling face. I wish for you more life, great health, and all the blessings that life has to offer. Love you.
You've had quite a unique life journey. One thing that stuck with me on that journey is your love. It's an honor to have inherited some of your traits, especially your sense of humor. You're an amazing soul and you have a heart of gold. You've been a pillar in so many lives, and it's not far-fetched to say that you're a Wonder Woman.
Love and appreciation. I appreciate all of the times you were there for me to inspire me in the best ways. I appreciate the time that you give me motivational talks to give me encouragement. I live on those words. I remember those words. I don't forget those words. I pray that you continue to be this way. I pray that you be this strong woman for everybody that you encounter. I pray that you continue to be.
I don't want to sit here and try to go through those memories and, you know, try to sum it all up because I'm going to be here a while. Just know that I love you. We all love you, all of your kids.
All right. Some of the folks in your village. What was it like to see your mom? Nicey?
Nice, but to hear what she said, she has probably said those before, but it meant something different. Hear her say no.
Why?
I think maybe, I'm not sure. I think because of how I was just so angry with her for leaving me. And the anger went on for so long. She's trying so hard to show me how much she loves me. And I think I still put up a little resistance sometimes. I think, not necessarily resistance, I think I still sometimes...
Push back a little.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't do it, Joe.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Time is fleeting.
Yeah.
And if it's gone, and if you can find it in your heart to forgive her and you see her trying.
I have.
Yes,
I have.
Don't fight.
We've talked about so many things. We have.
Man. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll put a lid on the show. Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
Versatile, nutritious, and delicious. Grace beans are great on their own or the perfect addition to any meal, and every bite delights. Now introducing our new line of beans to cater to any occasion. Grace beans, always being good.
Grace food drink, mix it your way, make you say it tastes nicey. This versatile, just mix it. Grace food drink is a big hit. Delicious, and it full you up, full of nutrients, can't get enough. Happy the whole family, 4 flavors to choose from. Smooth vanilla, mix it your way. Tropical strawberry, mix it your way. Walnut caramel ready. Grace food drink, butter almond, give me some. Mix it your way. Grace food drink, mix it your way. Grace food drink, mix it your way.
Not everybody can be a top-class pizza chef, but no matter what you can't do, with us, you can build wealth. With a VM Wealth Global Income Max US portfolio, you could be on your way to your wealth goal. Let's get you started. Call us at 876-960-5000 about building your wealth today.
Make your home come alive with fine furniture, home accents, electrical and lighting from Dunn's. Dunn's for fine furniture, home accents, electrical and lighting.
Okay, so welcome you back to the show, everybody. It is our final segment with this strong woman. Do you feel like a strong woman, Joe? You do?
I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sim, thank you.
What are you thanking me for?
Do you know that I was encouraged, and I still am? I was told in as recent a time as December by the psychiatrist who works at our zone, who's no longer with us. She said to me, I'm encouraging you to get talk therapy. I was told that in 1990, no, early 2000 some. No, lying or later, mid-2000. I was there I was having a girls' weekend, and I was there with some friends. And I never forget, Bev. Yes, Bev, you. After we were there, it was me, Carol, Bev, and somebody else. I can't remember the other person's name. I think it's 4 of us were there. And when I finished, I said, everybody, we were sharing, and I said what I said about my molestation. And Bev turned and said to me, you know, you need to get some therapy still. Something like that.
Bev is a trainee.
Is that trainee?
Okay.
And I say, no, I talk about it now, man. One time I couldn't talk about it. I talk about it and break down. Every time I talk about the rape and any of the molestation, me used to melt. And she say, you still need, I tell you, say you still need to go and say, you still need to go and say to somebody. And this was like 2012, 13, thereabouts. And come again, December again, and then me have talk therapy right here, so thank you.
But I've also told you that, right?
Yes,
that,
you have.
that it's good that you're talking about it more now because
Yeah.
it means that your wounds are healing.
Yeah, I'm getting past it.
But there's purpose in it too, because you talk to a lot of young girls about it as well.
I do.
So that's great, Joe.
Yeah, as much as I can. I remember when I was in the HIV program, I was there for like, almost 13 years. And I used to go to schools as a part of, promoting abstinence and things like that. And I would always, that's what I was inspired to tell them, and every time I did a session, if I did 10 sessions, 9 out of that 10, one or two picnic come out a ball. Some will talk and some won't, but it touched somebody's nerve. And I wish I could do more. I started a course in social work,
Yes.
I did 1 year in UA, I still have my credit at UA. And look here, because of everything that I realized that I would be facing with it relates to other person's molestation issues and the children, I can't manage it. I want to do something else. I feel like that is when I think I really do need to get some more therapy because it.
But just in talking about your experience today,
yes,
I'm telling you, there are people who are watching right now who are blessed by the fact that you are still here, you are still sane, and you are so brave in being able to share what you've gone through, even as you work through it.
Yeah.
And yesterday would have been Mother's Day. So we're giving you, come Clive.
Wow.
Just because of your strength and your bravery.
Right, thank you.
This is our token for you.
Wow, thank you.
We pray your life continues to bloom like those beautiful flowers.
I feel special.
And because you are.
Specialer.
You are. Thank you, Joanne Williams.
Thank you. Thank you, Sim.
So good.
Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your flowers. Mwah.
Oh. Where that pretty girl come from? Yes, girl.
Laurie, can you play that again? Oh,
yes.
Look at my...
Yes.
Oh, God.
Hi, Mommy. I couldn't let this episode end without telling you a happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your flowers. Mwah.
Mwah. Kiss by the girl, Nassim.
Where the guitar from, man?
Yes, same place. God bless Whitney.
The beat of my heart. I love you,
Yes.
Erin. Thank you so much.
Yes.
My reason.
Yes.
My reason. To every mother who's watching now, we hope you had a fantastic, fantastic day.
Yes.
And if you feel a little weak, just know, as women, we are stronger than we know. See this lady prove it? Right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
just that little push, just keep going. Thank you, Joe. We're going to hear more from you. I know it. I feel it.
Thank
in my
you.
being. You have more work to do. This is just the beginning
Thank
of
you.
your work.
Thank you.
And now it is time for our affirmation.
Oh, my baby.
I love her so much. I cannot with Laurie and Johnson, One black tingle shot. Okay. Okay, guys. I've been there, so I can tell you this definitively. It is a long and winding road to self-discovery. I mean, you'd think it would be one of the easiest, right? Because you know yourself and you think you know where you're going, right? But then life intervenes and the detours present and then everything gets derailed. Some of us end up careening off that road. Some of us end up going over the precipice. And though battered and bruised, we still end up walking away. So what do we do when we realize that we are still here? We rest a little bit, we wait, and then we get back on the road. And just like GPS, we just recalibrate. Why? Because the journey has to continue, whether we like it or not. And while most of us would love a smooth, comfortable journey, life is it's just not that way. We keep going because gratitude is a must. And so we toast to the positive and we take the lessons from the negative, knowing they are things that happened, but they do not define who we are. And it may take a while, but you will learn some very, very valuable lessons along the way, until one day you discover you are at your destination. and you have found yourself, and you don't know when it happens, but you just have to keep going. So tonight we are affirming, I embrace the beautifully messy process that is finding who I am. That is it for our show this evening. Certainly hope you found some soul food here. Joe, thanks again for sharing.
For having me.
You're such a beautiful spirit. And we're back with you again next week with another story of the power of the human spirit. Until then, every blessing. And please remember to count your blessings. Thank you, Lori, for that surprise. Love my pumpkin so much. Night, everybody.